Hello, good morning everybody. Welcome to Paint Pixie. I'm Sheila with Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Sorry about that, y'all. I've got my camera turned a different angle and it fell off about the time I hit the live button, so I had to adjust. I hope that you can see a little bit better this direction, so I can always still aim it down if you can't, but I've kind of got it where you can see me this direction a little bit better today. I did that for the event and it seemed to work well, and so we're going to try that and see how that works. Good morning. Come in, say hello. Good to see everybody. Let us get us over here on the laptop. My husband had my laptop, of course, too, and had to kind of reset something on it. I've been ready for an hour because I was thinking a different time. So come on in. Hey, Billy, how are you? Y'all be sure and sprinkle us, share us out. Appreciate that. And Josie appreciates it as well. So Josie's probably be able to jump on some today. So if you have questions, you should be able to ask her. But if you really want an answer and she may not see your question, you can always email her at info@paintpixie.com. Okay? Thank you for sprinkling, Billy. Appreciate you. Good morning. Good morning. So y'all come in. I put my telegram out. Hopefully everybody saw that. Not seeing all the comments yet, but I probably will see them. If you don't know me, I'm Sheila from Sweetie's Creations and Decor, and I'm glad to be here to guest on Josie's page. I usually do it every week. There she is. It's your first time, Billy? Well, welcome. I hope that we will show you the Paint Pixie products and get you excited about the way that they work. The paint is awesome. I used to use less expensive paint, but I'm going to tell you, this goes on so well. Great coverage, good for furniture, good for shelving, pieces, wood pieces, tin, metal, anything that you want to use it on, it works great. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I started out with the undercover primer. If y'all haven't used this and you've used some similar products, this helps cover up. This was a little box that I got, and you can still see the writing a little bit more once we get the paint on there. I don't think we'll be able to see it at all. I went ahead and put some primer on there just to give that a cover up, and that's why I use this. It's great on jars, bottles, anything that you need that little extra coat to seal it. And it's going to keep it from, if you have a jar or bottle, it's going to keep it from flaking off and scratching off if you don't want it to. Okay, so this is the undercover primer. I love it because I used another product, and I'm going to tell you, this is a great product. Well, we're glad to have you today. Good to see you. So we're going to go ahead and get this painted up, y'all, so we can get things, that's what takes us the longest, is painting up. So I'm using the saltwater taffy, which is one of Josie's white paints. She does also have marshmallow cream. So I'll show you this. This is the color chart that she has, and these are all the colors. And then she also has metallics, and I'll show you those as well. Good, good, good. Welcome, welcome. I invite you to go follow me on my page as well. So I'm going to need a little bit more saltwater taffy because I kind of changed my mind. I had my project, and then the light bulb went off, right? So you just never know what I'll come up with. So I'm going to take my saltwater taffy, and I'm going to go ahead. I went ahead and painted the sides so that would be done. And we're just going to go ahead and paint our top up. And you see how well the coverage goes on. And one of the things is these great brushes. This one is the flat top. Yep, flat top. And I love this one, and I love the Frenchies. I love these. I love that point. It's great for getting in corners. If you're doing a box or something, you need a corner, those are great for the corner. Josie's brushes, these come from Italy, so they're really, really good quality. They go on well. They float your paint great. I call it floating sometimes. Just makes your paint flow and go right on. And we're going to be able to cover that. Now sometimes you get those little paint ookies. That is nothing unusual in any kind of paint. You'll find any paint you use, sometimes you'll have those little places that it just gets a little dry. Just take it off, repaint over it, and it does great. And y'all will see how beautiful this is already. You get just a little bit in a couple of places. All right. And so I don't let any of those bother me. I'm just going to put my paintbrush here. I may use it again. We're going to dry this up. Let me get right here on the edge a little bit. I see a little edge. Okay. Just a little edge I missed. I thought I'll go ahead and get that painted up, because y'all probably know how to paint, but you'll see how beautiful the paint is and how well that it covers. And I may use that again. Billy, my page is Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Now, if you order paint, Pixie dough, anything like that today, you can use my discount code, which is up in the description. And you have to spell my name correctly, Sheila 15 off, and that'll give you 15% off your order today. And I think that is so generous of Josie. Hey Marcia, how are you, friend? Good to see you. Hello, hello, good morning, happy Monday. It rained here all night. We can definitely use the rain as long as it doesn't get cold and turn to ice. The rain is much needed with the dryness anywhere. And thank you for the rain, Lord, in California. Keep it flowing. The bad thing is now they're saying they're having mudslides. So let's pray that they get a gentle rain, a gentle rain. We prayed for rain. Let's pray for a gentle rain so that it can not be a hard rain to give them anymore. Y'all, we need to pray for them. They've been through so much. So much. And still pray for our friends in North Carolina. They're still dealing with after the tornadoes and things came through there and just damaged the whole state. So there is a lot of people that need our prayers, and y'all just keep them in prayer. I see one little place right here I want to get real quick, but I think it'll be covered up, so I'm not going to really study it. We'll do it if we need it. But look at the coverage. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, and that's white. You don't find too many whites. That's one thing I loved the minute that I used the white and creams in Josie's paint. This was a couple of years ago when I first got samples from her. And I thought, that goes on so well. You usually have to put 2 and 3 coats of a lot of paints. It's worth spending the money for some good paint. And in case you don't know about Paint Pixie paints, they're made from the earth. So you do not have those scents that you have in a lot of things. They're more natural. And I like that. I love the natural colors. So that is the great thing for me. Because some things make me have a headache. So I really don't have a headache with this paint. It does well. Okay, y'all. Some of you have seen me do this technique, and I'm sorry if you've seen it again, but I like chippy. What I'm doing is definitely going to need to be chippy today, so we're going to chip it up, okay? Hey, Denise. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Becca. I'm finally seeing comments. I know Mr. FB has not been nice, has he? There's my doodle Denise design. Y'all go give my friend Denise a follow as well. She is a sweetheart. That's what she calls me. That's what I call her. She calls everybody sweetheart. We're both Southern. If I call you sweetie, hun, please don't take offense, y'all. It's a Southern thing. It's a Southern hospitality. That's just us. We're going to call you sweetheart. We're going to call you hun. Yes, that's the thing, Billy, is and she's got metallics, and a lot of metallics. Like, I cannot use the rub and buff. It gives me a horrific, like a migraine headache. I noticed that the first time I used it, and I thought, something about this product's giving me a headache. And so I discovered Josie's metallics. And y'all, if you've never used the metallics, they are the best metallics. I'm not just saying that because I'm on Josie's page. She knows how much I love them. I'm going to show you a couple of metallics because y'all will be in love too. Let me grab them. I think I have them in every color. Let's see, that's not my metallic I was looking for. Now today I'm going to be using the white sand, and this is just a sample. I do have a big one, white sand metallic. I'm trying to use this little sample up. It was easier on the table. This is Prosecco. This is kind of a brownish gold. This looks good with the antique gold and things like that. This is the 24 karat gold, and you can't even see unless you open it the gorgeousness of this. It is the best gold. You use your finger, you can use a brush. You're just going to put that on. Okay? Yeah, it might be something, depending on which thing I use today, because I may use some silver. And then here's the sterling silver. This is another gold. Y'all love the metallics. I'm a metallic girl. I love the metallics. So those are just a few. She's also got blush. So you got a pink ready. And we might even use some of this pink today. Let me leave it out. This is the blush. And it's gorgeous too. All right. Then this is the latest, called First Frost. This is one of my favorites. And order you some small bottles and try the paint out. You won't go back. I promise. You'll love it. You'll love it. Yes, once you start using it. But this has been one of, when she first introduced, she was going to either use this color or a darker green, and she picked this one. At the time I thought, oh, I wanted that darker green. I have used this a million times and I love it. I'm trying to think, do I have anything back here with the green on it? I may. I also like to take her paints, especially the metallics, and when you have a print, I'm going to be using Riva Rose prints today. These are the teacups. They're called flowered teacups. You can take the paint and just touch up in places just to give it some accents, and I like to do that too. So, isn't that a beautiful green? Yes, it's called First, one of my favorites. All right. Now, Josie doesn't have a moss green, but I love moss green. It's just one of my favorites. So, I take the Christmas cookie, a little bit of sour apple. I mix those together, and then I put a tad of chocolate souffle, and I get my moss green, and then I add just a little bit of that First Frost in there to give it a little frosty. Okay? And here's my palette. I'll just show you the palette. Here's my moss green from mixing those. You like greens? I love to mix colors, and my friends all know, and they go, okay, what are you mixing up today? Josie's paints are great at mixing, and I think they're working on something to talk about mixing colors, but we love to mix colors as well and get what we want. So we're going to do our little palette method, and that's just because this is a chippy type style that we're doing today. So we're going to definitely, I'm going to use either the big one, I might use a small one. These are also Josie's. You can get these on sale right now, so grab these before they get gone. Okay, grab these up because they're going to be a good way that you can use to mix paints, mix your heavy stuff with them. They're great. Aren't the metallics gorgeous? Shauna, they're my favorite. I mean, I like it all. I like all the paint. Josie knows that, but I mean, she knows I love those metallics, and they've got it. And this is just part of the metallics. They're also the First Frost is not on here, but look at the gorgeous metallics. And if you love blue, this Starry Night's a darker blue. The Onyx is a black. Oh, they are gorgeous mixed with all kinds of colors. So y'all, I take some paint on my palette knife. I take a little bit off sometimes, and I'm going to start on the sides. And y'all have seen me do this, and I know a lot of you have, but I love this look because the chippy method that I was doing, you put a coat of your dark paint, then you put some candle wax, then you put your other paint on top. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I started seeing the girls using this, and I said, you know what, I'm doing that too. This will be the easiest way that I can get my chippy that I want without having to scrape it. You don't have to scrape. This is going to scrape it for you. Watch this. May not be your look. I'm using the green to be different, okay? We could have used pink. I want to use the green. So I'm going to go around my sides first. And you don't have to do it all the way down. Just touch it in a few places. And I'm going to tell you, once you do this, you're not going to go back to that scraping. You're going to say, forget that. Isn't this easy? Oh, you have a current one? I printed that one off, Josie, but I've had it for a little while, so I will print a new one. Thank you. I thought you had said you added, and I didn't think about printing it again. But I will print it again. We're going to add some new colors, and we're going to have a new one again, right? So Josie is working on some new colors to add to her collection. And listen, if she doesn't have a color you need, Think about your colors when you were young. I mean, you think you'll never use that. I go, when are you going to use all this color stuff? As I started decorating, it clicked in my brain. What to make orange, what to make brown. It came to my brain and I said, you know what? I'm really using that. And I didn't think I would ever be using the paint colors. But as you become a creator, yes, you remember that. You'll look really good. Use my code and that will help you get some off. If you have questions, contact Josie and ask her. You'll find that you'll love it once you get it. The first time I used the paint, I was like, oh my gosh, this is good paint. So it really is good quality. And I wouldn't be on her page promoting if I didn't believe in it. So I'm not going to promote something if it's not something I love. So I'm going to put a little bit on the top as well. And you don't have to, you can even put just this little bit, y'all. You can use what you have left over and just do a little bit. Doesn't have to be this thick if you don't want it to. Hey, Shannon. Hey, my sweet friend. How are you? Shannon is the Rosebrook Cottage. You're going to love her too. Go and follow her. These ladies all do beautiful work. A lot of them do the same type things like I do. We all kind of have that shabby chic, roses, vintage, all that stuff in our blood. It's just my favorite. It's just my favorite. Yes. So, we're going to use that. I'm kind of liking this green, y'all. I really am. So, this is a lighter moss green. If you want it a little darker, you'd put a little more brown in it. So, I'm becoming the queen of mixing colors because if I don't have a color I want, I mix it. And let me tell y'all, a lot of people say, oh, well, then you got to. Yes, and the paint is furniture grade. A lot of people say, why would you want to mix that paint? What if you don't get back the same color? Girls, you have it right here on your palette. Just keep mixing till you get it where you want it. And I'm going to tell you, when I first started out, I bought the paint in every color. Every week they had a sale. Every other week they had a sale at Hobby Lobby. I bought all the paint. I said, oh, I got to have every color. Got to have every color. Had it in acrylic, had it in chalk. And then I threw away a bunch of stuff and I said, you know, why do I have all these colors? Don't know why I bought them. I don't have a plan for it. I just thought I had to have every color. Now I just mix. Look how pretty that is, y'all. Simple but pretty. As much or as little as you want on there, okay? And just keep using what's in your palette knife. Use the bottom, okay? Use the bottom. You're just going to barely scrape out. You don't want to dig into it. Just scrape lightly. You're loving primitive? Billy, me too. Oh my goodness. I've always liked primitive and I used to have it back in the day. We started out with a mobile home and it was a really nice mobile home. I loved it. Had a huge kitchen. And I started using primitive and I had the little stuffed cats and all those things. And then I started seeing all these girls doing primitive on here. And the crows, I love the crows. I don't know what it is about the crows. I mean, when they come here and there's hundreds of them in the yard, I'm thinking, oh, those crows. But I love that look. And it's all year. It doesn't have to just be for Halloween. At first, I was just doing it at Halloween. And then I thought, wow, you can use this all year. I'm really into the crows. I love those primitive houses. And Josie's going to try to come out with us a paint more so in that mustard color. And Josie, that mustard color is a big color we use in primitive. And you can also mix her reds and her oranges and you can get that primitive color that way. For my red primitive, I use the candy apple red and the chocolate souffle, and I mix just a little bit of brown with my red on my palette, and it makes it have that country red. So you've already got a color for country red. The black, if you watched, go back and watch our event. I used black on an event this weekend. I was on YouTube to do a rooster, and then I sanded the edges of it. And Josie's paint is licorice is the best black. And I'm not just saying that, y'all. I have used tons of black, and I wasn't happy Yes, we need a mustard color. We do. You need that for the primitive girls. They're going to love you. But her black looks gray when you put it on. And then it dries to this gorgeous, gorgeous black. And y'all, blacks are hard. And sometimes the blacks, they don't look good. Once you get them painted, you're thinking, oh, it don't even look right. That black is one of the best. And I'm not just saying that. I truly love the black. But I did a rooster yesterday. I think I've got a picture on my page. And I used the Paint Pixie paints. So you also could use the big one. I've got several of these palette knives, and you can make a little bigger because this is a little project we're going to do little, okay? So let's dry that up just a little bit to make sure we've got this paint dry before we put our print on. And I've got a couple of different things we're going to use, and I got a really good idea for this. Hey, Della. Hey, sweet friend. Thank you for sprinkling. Yes, mustard. Now, she does have a yellow paint. And you can mix a little yellow and orange and some of the brown, and you can get a good mustardy color. I want to say, I know that I did this sunflower and I mixed some colors together and these were some of Josie's colors I mixed together. And I was able to get kind of a goldish. So, you just kind of have to mix them and see, but she is going to try to come out with that. And then aren't you going to try to come out with a green, Josie? Maybe green? Yes, the black is very deceptive. The first time I used it, I said, oh. I looked at it. I said, this looks gray. It dried. I said, oh my. It is. It is deceptive. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And y'all, I know this green may not be your thing. Maybe you want to do pink. You definitely can. I just want to be a little different here. A little different. Thank you for the stars. I was getting all the hearts. I'll see if I can give you some. Yes. Thank you for sprinkling. Y'all are so sweet. Appreciate y'all being here. Y'all keep sharing us out to your friends. Tell them that I'm here on Mondays. And then Josie has some other friends that come on as well. So let's see if I can give you a heart today. All right. And then what was the one? Doesn't that? There you go. There's some fireworks too. Woohoo! All right. I am a crazy person, so if you've never watched me and you're thinking this girl is nuts, I am, because I love to have fun, and this is my outlet, and this is my therapy. So y'all are my therapy today. Yes, the sunflower is also done in the pixie dough. That is pixie dough, which you'll be seeing the molds. This is the pixie dough, okay? It's dry, but that's the pixie dough. And pixie dough is Josie's product. I put it somewhere. I put it up from myself. It's probably in one of those drawers. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like. This is pixie dough. Now, it dries and it's still bendable. This is perfectly dry. This is one I just took out this morning. You see how it's looks a little wet. This is going to dry completely. You can paint it while it's a little wet. Just be very careful and paint it easy. Or you can paint it when it's dry before you put it on your project. All of this is pixie dough. Now, the reason that I like this, it doesn't have a strong scent. It goes in your molds well. And I have to do mine from the freezer. I should have brought one. I should have brought it in here because I did some this morning. I like it because you can mold it. And then I put it in my freezer 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then you just roll it straight out of your mold. So you'll have it in here. And then you'll just roll it out. You can also put cornstarch and do them right now and pull them out. Josie's great at pulling them out. Watch her on her page. She's good with it. It doesn't work as well for me. I think I'm not putting enough cornstarch. Cornstarch on your hands is going to help you be able to do that, because that way your hands are, when you put that sticky, sometimes it pulls from your hands. So if you'll put the cornstarch on your hands, it works well. I'm your therapy, Christine, while you're at the office. I love pixie dough too. I've tried clay. I've tried all of them. This is a sculpting clay. Now, where did I put it? That's crazy. I just used it. Here it is. Put it in a different drawer. Put it in a different drawer. And these are this is all that I've done lately. And I keep making more. And I put them in bags. I've got flowers and, any kind of florals in one. And I make a bag for each one and then put them in a big bag. Billy, you're just going to have to get that out and craft it, girl. It's good therapy. I do mine at night sometimes. Now, my husband likes me to watch television with him we have there's these certain shows because we don't have cable. But now we have PBS Passport, and we're hooked on PBS Passport. I'm watching Miss Scarlet right now. Oh, I love it. I love it. So this is the pixie dough, and it comes in a bag. It's going to go all the way up to here. This is just, I'm about ready for my next bag. I had to buy 2 bags. I buy 2 bags at least at the time because I use it so much. It looks like this. It looks like marshmallow cream. And it is awesome to put in a mold. I'll do one real quick, y'all, because I'm going to get on with what we're doing here. I'll just grab this one. Let me do this one real quick. You're just going to put it in, and I'll stick mine in the freezer. To be honest with y'all, you want to put cornstarch in here, and you want to put it on your hands, and you even can mix a little cornstarch with your pixie dough. Okay? It's not going to hurt it. And this is air dry printable. You can sculpt with it. I've made candy canes, pumpkins, little eggs. Made little eyes the other day for a little what did I do, a snowman or something. I made the little mouth and little eyes out of pixie dough. So I'm just going to put it right in this rose. You see, I just balled it, put in a little ball. It's not quite to the top, so you can do it if you don't want it. If you want it thin, you can do thin, or you can do the bigger one. And you're just going to put it in. See how easy it went in? Just like that. Just like that. And then if you want to take some off the top, you can use a little sculpting. I just use a little plastic, and then I just kind of sculpt some off if I need to make it a little flatter. Doesn't usually need a lot. I'm pretty good at putting it in without having to need a lot, just a little bit. Put it back in your bag. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. You've got plenty. There we go. And you see it didn't stick to my hands too bad. You can use cornstarch. There you go. So that'll be our mold. I'll stick it in the freezer when I get through. I'm not going to waste it for sure. Oh, Call the Midwife. Yes, yes. I've seen some of those. I haven't watched it all yet. And we love all things something in small. What is it? Small and whatever, when they have all the animals and stuff. Oh, we love that one too. But it's worth it for us to have Passport. And that was his Christmas present. You know, you don't have to donate but $60 a year, and you have all of them. Yeah, at first it was a little hard getting into it, but then we got it. Now, y'all, you want to make sure you get all that air out, okay, when you put it back up. And I rolled it to get the air out. You want to keep it very much sealed, okay, if you're using pixie dough. But you'll love it if you get it. Yeah, I understand, Della. I understand that. But I craft so much that I just have to make it work for me and then sell my items. So I will be selling some items. It helps pay for my addiction, right? Hey, it's better than drinking. I don't have a drinking addiction, so I have a craft paint addiction. Absolutely. Oh, I do. And the pixie dough's not real expensive. If you'll check it out, you'll find that it's very, very valuable priced. Yes. Yes, and retirement funds are tight, for sure. Yeah, my husband's going to talk to somebody today that we went to a little meeting, and we kind of like the guy, and we're gonna see what he can do. Never know. You know, you have to shop and look around. You've been with the same company a long time. Sometimes you might need to go to somebody else. So that's what we're going to do. All right, let's go ahead and get this going here. We're going to put our little print on here. And I just cut it today instead of tearing it, y'all. I love, love, love these. This is gorgeous. There's 4 of them. I think I'm going to put this little lace down here at the bottom. This is one of the lace. This was from Michael's. It's very, very thin, so you have to really push your pixie dough in there, but you can do this little small lace. Yes, it's $12, y'all. $12. Do you know how much clay and stuff costs? That is a deal, and it goes a long way. Like she said, she knows how long I've been on that bag. And I tell you, Josie is a very, very sweet, honest person. She'll help you with anything you need. And she believes in her products, and she couldn't sell them if she didn't believe in them. She's that type of person. She seriously is a very, very sweet, sweet, loving person. And if she didn't believe in the products, she definitely couldn't sell them. I know that for a fact about her. So her and her daughter run the business. Okay, y'all, got this little piece of lace, but we're going to need it to kind of show up. I could paint it a color, but I'm thinking if we just paint it the white and maybe put a little bit of either wax or let's see. I could paint it pink, but I'm not sure I'm going to like the pink because I'm putting lace on here. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just put, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll paint it and we'll put some metallic on it. That's what we'll do. Yep, that's what we'll do. Paint it, and we'll go ahead and paint it in my white. I've still got my brush out. You definitely want to keep your brushes put in the water as soon as you're through with them, and wash them immediately. Yeah, I'm bad about not washing my brushes, but I'm very conscious about it now after having some kind of ruin. I said, you know what, it's your own fault for not getting them put in the water. And Josie's soap to wash them, oh my gosh, y'all, that is the best soap. It's got a charcoal layer, and you leave it in the bag. You don't take it out of the bag, and you do your brush on the bag, and it helps scrub it. I have some other soap, but it doesn't work as well as that does. You did? You ordered some, Patricia? Awesome. Awesome. It won't take you long to get it. The paint may take just a little bit longer for you to get that, but you'll get your other things pretty quick. Y'all just be patient. You know, all that paint has to be, they gotta, you know, measure those things out and all that stuff and get that ready. And so just hang with it, because it will be there pretty quick. Hey, Debbie Knutson, how are you? Good to see you. Debbie, is that how you really pronounce your last name? I've heard Mike say it for so long, and I love the way he says it. Debbie Knutson. Knutson. I love that. Such a pretty name. Had to get you some pixie dough as well. Oh, yeah. Just be patient with it. Do what's best for you. The freezer is the best for me because that just works for me. If you're able to mold it right then and pull it out, do that. Just be careful taking it out of your molds. Roll your mold. Take it out gently and let it kind of dry a little bit. You can also use your heat tool, but I would tell you, don't keep your heat tool dry. Do it like this. You see how this is already dry and I'm fixing to dry it a little bit? I'm going to keep it moving so that I'm not getting anything to be out of place to when I touch it with the brush again, that it's going to, you know, squish it or anything like that. Once it's dry, it's very durable. You don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to move my dryer just like this. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I'm Sheila. I'm one of Josie's crazy friends. But that's all right to be a little crazy. And I'm going to put my brush in there because I think that's all the painting I'm doing there. Okay, what do we think, y'all? I'm thinking we're going to put this on. I'm going to put my little lace at the bottom. We're going to put a knob at the top. My knobs and my jewels have silver on them. So if I use that, I'm not sure if I'm going to use, I'm kind of thinking I might use one of the jewels. I'm not sure. I do have a little heart as well. So it just depends on what I use. I could use this gold. There's a little gold here on the teacup. So I think we're going to do best with a 24 karat. So let's get this on, and I think we'll just put just a touch on there. Hey, Gail. Hey, my Gail. How are you? Yes, and Josie's daughter helps send out things. She is a busy artist herself. If you do not know Josie's daughter, Mio, she is a beautiful, beautiful artist. Very, very talented. Okay, y'all, I'm going to use the force fill for my little piece today, and I just use a little sponge and put mine on with just a little sponge. It's okay if you get more than you need. This is a water-based product. It's also a sealer, so you can seal on top if you want to. I usually let mine dry really well, but really what I like to use for my sealer is the Meltdown. I love the Meltdown. It's a little thicker, but it's still a water base. These don't have a heavy scent, and they work great. So I use it for my medium on the bottom, and I put it on the top. I'm going to just see where I'm putting that. I'm going to put this a little bit above it. I love teacups and teapots, and I have all kinds of teacups that my mother gave me, and I have one that's got this green. Okay, y'all. What I like to do, find my bag. I like to take a bag and do it. I'm not going to iron that today. I'm just going to put it on that way. Let me find my little bag. Can always use one of these if I need to. It doesn't matter what kind of bag you use. But I like to use the little, I have a bag. I think I used it for something the other day. You can just take your bag and just smooth your sides with your bag. It loves this because your fingers are not touching it to bring it back off. Just like that, and goes straight on. See how simple and easy that was? I'll just keep that in case I need it again. All right, let's put this little piece of lace down here at the bottom. I like that. Now, when you're using your molds, you want to use your Quick and Thick or another wood glue. A lot of people say, well, I just use hot glue. I'm going to tell you, I don't think I turned mine on. Your hot glue is good, but then it's going to pop off. I've had a bunch pop off, and I'll tell you that the minute it gets some heat. It can even get heat on your wall in your house when your heat comes on, or in the summertime when it's really hot. And I had a piece that I used and just used the hot glue, and that stuff was popping off, or if you store it. So use you some good glue. And you can use this lace either direction, y'all. I think I'm going to turn it up. I kind of am liking it turning up. Josie, do you see that on there? Okay. That'll be somebody she'll take care of. All right, so we got our glue, and we glued that. And I glued it upside, like, I think it can be either direction with this lace. I kind of like it this direction, just to be something a little different. Look how pretty. Yes. $23 a bottle? You can find this at Walmart. My Walmart carries this now, and I don't remember. I want to say it was $7. I think it was like $7. Now, you can order it from Amazon. I had to order it one time. Home Depot was out, and my Walmart was out. And finally, my Walmart's getting it in. I talked to the manager in the paint department. I said, listen, all the creators use this Type Bond. You can sell every bit of it if you'll just get it in. This is the Quick and Thick. I also have another Type Bond that works well if you can't find the Quick and Thick. This just dries quick, but you can use the other brand too. But Della's like, yeah, I think it's $7 at the most, $6, $7. I wouldn't pay $23. Check out Amazon too if you can order and you can't find it there. Have you ever checked Walmart? Now it's going to be back in the paint section where you find the spray paints and all that. It's not going to be over with the other glue. I found that out. One day I was in there and just happened to, and the hardware stores have it. Home Depot has it. Yes, and I think Lowe's, all of those have it. And you should be able to find it less than that. Goodness, that's a lot. Now, was it bigger than this? Whew, that's a lot. Yeah, I don't think I've ever found it that price. Yes, look in the paint department. Because I looked for the glue and looked, and I said, and then their school glue is way over with the paper stuff. I didn't know that. I was looking for a big school glue. I've learned to find things as they keep redoing Walmart. I just wander till I find things a lot of times. That is gorgeous, just like it is, isn't it? Let's put just a little bit of this 24 karat. I think I'm gonna like that on there, just a little bit. And y'all, I don't know why I'm taking the top off. Somebody else did that on our event, and I'm like, you know what? Take the top off. It's got tops. I was just gonna put it on my finger that way, but I'm just gonna squirt some out and just use it. So this is the 24 karat. I've got a big bottle. Sometimes I just get the sample bottles out because it takes less room on my table, and I don't have a lot of room, so that's the reason. Okay, now I'm just going to take it. I think I dropped my towel. Okay, let me get that back because my fingers get messy. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger. And I don't want it completely all over. I'm just going to kind of touch it in places, just to kind of give it a highlight, and then I'll show y'all what we have. Just like using a rub and buff on your fingers, except this comes off easy and it doesn't have a scent. Just a little bit of highlight there, just to highlight it just a little bit, to bring that lace out just a little bit. Don't want it all over, but just a little, to give it a little bit of a... You also can put it on your edges. I don't think I am right now. I may change my mind, but right now I'm kind of thinking something else, and then I might do that as well. So you just got a little bit of gold on there. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to show you what I was talking about, the metallics. Let me get a little bitty... I need something with just a couple of hairs. So I think I'll use this turquoise brush. The turquoise iris is one of Josie's brushes that she carries as well. Now I'm going to take just a tad. I'm kind of twist it a little bit, so just have a tad on there. And then you can go around on some of your prints and just go and highlight it just a little bit. Do you see the difference? I don't know if you can see that on camera. It makes it kind of pop a little bit and looks very, very, especially if you've just got paper. This just helps it look a little bit more like artist work, because it gives it just that little highlight, just a little bit. And you're not taking away from your beautiful print either. So just put you a little bit here on the handle. I'm not going to put it all over. I just want to show you that it just kind of brings it out a little bit right in there. And that's just going to give it a little highlight, where it kind of gives it a little bit of a glow, sort of a glow. I learned to do this, I think it was last year. I saw another creator doing this, and I said, you know, what a beautiful idea. It doesn't take away, but it gives it that little bit of a highlight. I like that too. So we like that. I'm going to leave that for right now. We might add some more. Now what I'm going to do to the sides is I'm going to take and put some lace on there. I have glue crazy. I'm glue crazy, but this one makes a total mess all the time. The 3-in-1, the Fabric Fix, any of those. I'll tell you, I don't care what you do to it, it makes a mess. That's just it. Oh, you live in Oregon? Oh, beautiful. I bet that's a beautiful country. I've never been. Have I ever been to Oregon? No, I've never been to Oregon. I have never been out west. I would love to go out west. So I've never been out west. So y'all, I'm going to start my lace, and I've got this, and I'm thinking I got this last year. Maybe it was at the dollar store. It's a beautiful little heart lace. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it on the sides. I love to decorate mine up very shabby chic. And I'm going to start at the top because I'm going to put a little, I'm putting this here. Now, I do not have, I'll have to go get my husband's tool. I didn't have time before I came on. This is going to go on top, a little knob. It's going to go right here. So I'm going to do my lace to the side here where it won't interfere with my knob. And I love knobs on these for just another little look. Okay, so I'm going to start it right there, and you're just going to use your 3-in-1, and sometimes it has a hard time coming out. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time, it works great. It just, I don't know what it is about the way that they've made it. I really would love to write the company, because it works great at first. And it said, you know, and then you kind of have to store it upside down because it gets jammed just like it is now. And then it all runs out all over everything else. I keep a nail in it. I've done all the things you could possibly do for it. but it still kind of does that. So let's get this on. Y'all gonna love the lace. Isn't it pretty? I hope I can find some more this year. Now, I went to my Dollar Tree. I didn't find any yet. This was such a good deal. I'm pretty sure I found it at the dollar store. It could have been at Hobby Lobby. I haven't seen any there though either. So I'm not sure. I really remember it being on a red card, and seems like that was Dollar Tree. But could have been Dollar General. I just wish I had bought more because I'm about to run out of it now, and I just love it. It's really a nice lace. It's really nice. I'm going to cut that little string off right there. Let me get my little scissors. If y'all hear somebody coming in singing, it could be my husband. He sings when he comes in the house. He's been listening to some kind of music. He comes in singing. He seems to forget I'm on live when he's home. And I do not own any rights to any music. He's usually been rocking out. Okay, and then I have if this doesn't quite, oh, I think this is going to be just perfect. And if it not, you can piece it. I've got some more. I know, I wish I had more of this. It is. You just need just a little bit, y'all. You don't have to put a ton, just a little bit. And the reason I use this instead of hot glue is hot glue makes lace kind of stand up because it has a hump from the hot glue. And then I don't like the way it lays. So I use this glue or fabric glue. That is my favorite. Now I can always trim this off. It might be a little bit long with that knob. I'm thinking it might be a little bit long with it because the knob was right there. There it is. I'm like, where did I do with it? So let me see, y'all. Okay, I'm going to trim that just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, that ought to work. And then I'll go out and use my husband's drill. He's got a bigger drill than I do. I just have a little bitty one. And look, we're going to glue this on. I'm going to make the hole. I'm not going to glue it right now, y'all, because he'll have a fit if I glue it, and then we have to pull it off to put the, but there we go. That's going to be on top. Isn't that going to be beautiful? I'm loving it. It's a little shelf sitter. I got the little box one day at Marshall's. It was Mother's Day or something. I buy these surfaces and then I repaint them. And then it's going to sit. This is not going to be real even on it, but it's going to sit up just like that. This is going to go on top. Isn't that going to be pretty? Now this is silver. We put a little gold down here. That's okay. I can paint this with Josie's paint and change the silver to gold. And you won't even know that it's been painted. So y'all, let me get that glue off right there in case I need it. I'm going to stick my nail back in. I'm live, hon. Okay, there we go. All right. And so we can paint this up with the paint and change our color. How many of you have changed things before? This paint's great for it. I'm just going to paint this up a little gold. You can mix gold and silver. It would be fine. But I'm going to go ahead and put some gold on here just because I like that that's going to kind of match up. And then before I put it on, you get a little bit on your thing, just wipe it off. And paint that up. I've painted many things. I've even painted jewels. I've even painted some of the Totally Dazzled with paint to get the color I want. And then I'll go back and paint the bottom when I get off. And now we've got gold. How easy was that? Now I've got a gold piece, right? So now I can paint the bottom gold and it's going to match up. I don't order from Temu at all. I don't do Temu. But yeah, I've seen people order it. You definitely can find it other places. This was just such a good deal. Yes, definitely. All right, y'all, let's see what else we might want to, if we want to add something else. I'm kind of thinking some of the little roses here. So let me look. Kind of like a little something on the side sometimes. That's just me. Might even use a little heart. I've got some other little small roses. Let's look right here. And these are just some Pixie Dough roses. I like to just sometimes put just a few on the edge. Here's one of the little rosebuds. Oh, that might be pretty. Let's see. This big one might not be too big. Oh, I kind of like it too. This is one of Josie's molds. The roses are these here. Now another thing with the pixie dough, if you didn't need as big a rose, you can just do the inside. So this one here is these roses, but what I did was I just did the inside to make it smaller. That's another thing that you can do. Y'all like the roses on here? Kind of like them. Just a few on the corner maybe, because I really don't want to put a bow. Let's paint those up in a little bit of a light pink and see how we like it. You do? Oh yeah. I just don't do Temu. I've had too many friends have a lot of trouble, and I don't deal with it then. Yeah. And this is another thing, is they're putting a new Dollar Tree here, right down the street, right around the corner from Hobby Lobby. So I was excited about them putting one that close. It's just a regular one. They're not even doing the Dollar Tree Plus. I said, well, why are you building there if you're not doing the Dollar Tree Plus? Because they have some good stuff sometimes in the $3 and $5. I bought some little bunnies and different things. I am taking Candy Apple Red. Joycey may come up with a pink. She's got a dark pink. She may come up with a light pink. Liking that too. Candy Apple Red and a little bit of the saltwater taffy, and I'm mixing those together for a little bit of a pink. And I'm going to keep adding a little bit more saltwater taffy and get kind of the color I want. I think I'm going to come up with this lighter color in our cup. And yes, I have another project, but we might not need to do that today. Our time's running out. I've been talking too much, haven't I? That's okay. Yes, if you want to get a discount today, use my link that Josie's put in there. I'm just going to have to grab another brush, y'all, because, let's see. Let me just grab this one. And sometimes if your brushes feel a little dry, just put you a little water. You don't want to add a lot of water to the paint, but you can add a little bit, especially if your paint, your brush is not moving. It may need just a little moisture, and you can wipe it off a little bit. Let's paint these up. I think a pink. I think this one is definitely that light pink, and then I think I've already got one. I may have one out here that's already painted. I've got this little pink here that's already painted. It's a little bit lighter than this one, so I'm going to use that one with it. These paint up pretty easily, pretty quick. I'm going to paint it on this so I don't get that one is dirty. Now this one looks more like, kind of like a little bit dark, a little bubble gum there. I'm going to put just a little bit. Yeah, they'll be fun. She's got so many good colors now, right? Yes, and mix and match your paint colors and make them the color you want. Okay, I'm going to lighten that up just a little bit. It was a little dark for me. Oh yeah, I like that better. Now I'm going to get a little of that out, get a little bit more of this light here. Whoop, whoop. I'm throwing that one away today. Didn't mean to. Pick up everything. This is just kind of push in your paint right there. Just be careful. Don't tear up your brush. Just kind of push it just a little bit right there in the edges. Sorry, y'all. If he turns on the television and stuff, it'll be loud. He's been out running errands. He's off on Monday. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? We'll paint that up. We'll kind of dry that up a little bit. And then let's do a little darker on this kind of red right here. Let's do one of those. So do I want to do a little one of this? Let's do this one. Let's put a little bit more red back in and make it more. Now you can, if that's not dark enough, if that's not burgundy enough, you can add a little bit of black or brown, and the black and the red makes the most beautiful burgundy. But look, that's a pretty color right there too. I just mixed a little bit back with what I had, a little bit of red back in. And that's how I get mine. And we're going to dry them a little bit and put those on the edge. And that'll probably be our project today. I will show you the other prints so that you can see them. I'm going to do something with some of the other ones. I wasn't sure if I was going to have time for more than one today. But You never know what the time will be. And I try not to keep people long, because I don't want to take all of your time when you can do so many other things. But I appreciate you being here with me today and taking your time to be with me. Today is Zumba, so I got to go Zumba the body. That's also my therapy. I get to see all my friends. I go to a senior center, and it's so much fun to go and see the other ladies, and we have a blast. They always they all look forward to seeing each other, and that just is the fun part. So we could do that one white if we need another one, or the little rosebud, and I may add something else to it, but I'm just liking these right now. I think I'll put these on the, oh, I didn't get a leaf. Yeah, I think I've got a leaf. Let me see. Let me see if I've got an extra little leaf here, and that's the flowers. Yeah, I'm drying and talking, drying and talking. Okay, that one, my leaves. Where'd my little leaves go? I might have one in that flower bag. I usually put them in the flower bag. Let me look. I'll find it. If they're not perfect, you can go back with your paint and paint the edges. The light pink, okay. Yes, a light pink, like a little lighter than that would be, yes, the light pink will be great too. It's hard to decide on colors, y'all, because, you know, sometimes they look different when you get to looking at them, and you just kind of have to. I saw a leaf in one of these bags. I can always go back and add it. I had a whole thing of leaves. Let's see if I've got one in here. I've got this one. It's a little big, but it might work. It might work. It may be okay. Let's try that one. I'll get my air out. Okay, let's see. That might work. Yeah, let's paint that up with some of that green that we had. We had the green. I'm going to put a little bit of First Frost with it too. Make it a little bit lighter, and go ahead and paint this green up here. You can use Josie's wax. I've got wax. You can put a little wax on there. These are so easy to paint. Let me dry this a little bit so I can do the tip. Isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous color? That was kind of our mossy green that I just mixed up. Okay, let's paint the end here. But I did not put the brown in this one. This one was just the greens, but you definitely could put some brown in there, make it a little bit darker if you want to. But this is a gorgeous color right there. It was Christmas cookie, apple, sour apple, and a little bit of First Frost is what I did to make that one. That's all it was. All right. Now I'll go back with my brushes after one. Let's just dry that just a little bit. Isn't that going to be pretty? Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. Okay, let's get these glued on and we'll be good. Ooh, that glue. It'll be fun. There, I have a nail on the end of that one. It has a nail in it. Yeah, that helps keep it from stopping up too bad too. Because this glue is, and I store this glue upside down. Okay, so I'm going to put that little rose right there. I'm going to put my little leaf on. Let's see where I'm going to put it. That's just going to give it a little bit more. Just kind of spread that out a little bit with your finger. I'm thinking the leaf needs to go right there. Then I'm going to put these two on. Looks like that one's going there. Then we're going to put this little guy here up in there, right in there. Well, that kind of just gives a little prettiness on the edge there. That, see what they can do? You can just take your molds. Let's get this paint out of the way. If you want a jewel, you can put a jewel in there. If that's something you like, you can put the little heart, anything that you want. If you want one of the jewels, that's something I might do later. Right now, I'm not going to. Let's put the top back on this. I'll put it back on. We'll do it in a little bit. It's good. All right, and then if we wanted to take some wax, I would take a little bit of the brown wax. And if you want it a little lighter and your wax, if you get wax and you're saying, oh, I always get it too dark, then just take you some of the white or the cream icicle, put it on the bottom, then put your wax, and it's going to make it lighter. It won't be as dark. So, or you can just take just a little brush and just do a light touch. You can always wipe it back. So if you put a little, see how that's a little dark there, maybe it's too much, you can always use your finger, or you can use a little towel, wipe it back a little bit, and that's going to lighten it up. So I just like just a little bit to make it look a little bit more rustic. You can do this on your lace. If your lace is dark and you need a little color, let's say this lace doesn't show up as well because it's against white, you can just take your wax and put it on there, and it will give it a little bit more of a cream color, and that's something else you can use. If you want a little bit on your roses, you can put just a tad, just to give it just a little highlight without being too much. I love the waxes as well. Just going to put a little bit here on the edge and just a little bit right up in there just to give it more antique. I'm going to put just a tad around my print as well, just to kind of hide those little white edges and give it a little highlight. Don't have to put a lot, just a little bit. And this is what I have for you today. And I'm gonna go get my husband's drill. I'm gonna paint this in the gold so it kind of all matches up. And that's what I have for you today. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, the first frost is gorgeous too, isn't it? So that's what I did. I took a box, find you some boxes on sale, repaint them, redo them. And this is a wood box. That's one thing. And I paid less than $3 for it. So it was a really good deal. And then put your little knob on there, put you some lace and a print. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, I'll show you the other prints. So there's 4 on a sheet, and these are from Reba Rose Creations. You can go to my link tree and find my link. So here's the other one. And then this one. I love roses and cups, so these are definitely my jam. It may be in her highlight. It might be in her downloads. I don't remember exactly. But if you need information, just send me a message. But don't they go gorgeous with Josie's colors? This one, and this one. Oh, you played with all your frames and boxes. Yeah, they're so fun. Listen, y'all, this is a quick craft you can do that doesn't take a lot, and it'd be a beautiful gift. So think about doing that for somebody. Just something quick and easy. You can seal this if you want to. I'm going to put a little bit here on the edge. I'll put a little bit I missed right there and seal that down. You don't have to seal it. People ask, you don't have to seal. I'm going to, Debbie. That's why I haven't attached it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and paint it. But you don't have to paint it if you want silver and gold. It's fine to mix them. And then if you want to decide you wanted to put a jewel or something on here, you could always put a heart somewhere, one of the little Totally Dazzled jewels on here. Or these hearts, anything. You could put them up here. Just wherever you wanted to, you can add the jewels. Yeah, just totally up to you if you want to add them. Or old jewelry, anything like that. So that's what I have for you. That's our little shelf sitter. Be looking for these boxes to be marked down after the seasons and grab you some. Y'all have a blessed day. Yeah, now to get more work done. That's right, Josie. So y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you for being here with me today. If you order, be sure and use my code so that you can get a 15% off. Josie's got a lot of things right now that she's got in liquidation. The palette knives are on sale. Go and shop before they get gone, and get your paint. And once you get that 15% off, that's a great deal. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. I look forward to seeing you again next week, and check my schedule on my page. I will be on this week again. Thank you.